Hey, what's up, Rahim?
What's going on, Phil? How you doing?
Good, good. I'm doing real good now that I got you on the phone and just ready to make some things happen today.
Okay, I'm down.
Good, good. What are you up to today? I know you have a real busy schedule, so I thank you, one, for talking to me.
Oh, thank you. Well, today, I pretty much have an audition today. So I'm probably going to be doing a little bit of rehearsing after I talk to you, and then I'm going to go audition for a show. They're having a show on November 8th, which Rashida, she's hosting it. Is a part of Wu-Tang Clan productions and management team. So they're having this show. I'm just going to go audition and show my skills so I can be able to perform on November 8th with them. But that's pretty much what I have today, other than talking to you.
Okay, that's good. That is good. So first things first, tell me about yourself and what was it like growing up for you in Baltimore?
Okay, well, as you know, my name is Rahim. I am from Baltimore, Maryland, and I'm a singer, I'm a rapper, I write, I produce, I act, anything artistic I try to get into. I've always been like an artistic child growing up. Growing up in Baltimore was, I'm not going to lie, it was challenging for me as a kid because I didn't have a stable home growing up. So I lived with my mom most of the time, and then once she couldn't take care of me, I lived with family a lot. So I grew up living with a lot of family, like aunts, cousins, uncles. My dad was around, but he wasn't around at the same time. And it was just me and my sister. Me and my sister are very close. So growing up, it was just challenging as a child because I never had a stable home environment as far as your mother, your father. But, you know, I always had family that looked after me, though. So
okay,
that's pretty much it.
And now you're in Atlanta. Let's see. When did you move to Atlanta?
I moved here in 2011. So I came to Atlanta in 2011 in January. I've been here for 3 years. So what kind of brought me here was the fact that I wasn't really getting nowhere in my hometown because back then I was going through so much. I was very unhappy with my current living situation. I was unhappy with just my whole environment. My whole world was just upside down. I felt like I needed a change. I needed to get far away from where I was coming from in order for me to be able to create and to grow as an artist. And I felt like Baltimore didn't have anything to offer me at the time. So that is what brought me down here in the first place. My mom had passed, and I was still grieving from that for like 2 years. So I just decided like I need to go somewhere. It was between New York and Atlanta, so I said let me go to Atlanta because that's a little further.
Yeah, and picking Atlanta being the less expensive choice. And New York is just a big place and expensive place, too.
A very big expensive place.
Yeah, to be an artist. Tell me about when you first knew that you were going to be a performer. When did you first know?
When did I first know? Well, like I said, I always grew up doing things artistic. So when my dad bought my first keyboard, I was in middle school, like in the 6th grade. So I started dibbling, dabbling on keyboard, just playing and writing songs and writing lyrics and stuff like that. I didn't know I wanted to be a performer actually until I got in the 8th grade. I was very heavy into acting. So I knew I wanted to do something performance-wise. I just didn't know what. I didn't know if it was acting, if it was singing. I didn't start singing and using my musical talents until high school. So that's when I knew I wanted to perform. wanted to be on the stage. And because when I tied the two together, I actually did a musical where I had to act and sing. And I tied the two together. That's when I knew from that experience that this is something that I want to do for the rest of my life. Like, I thought about it every day, being on stage, performing, singing, all of that. Like, I thought about just being on stage, and nothing would have made me happier at that moment or at this moment. Being on stage is like, it's like home to me. It's like where I am.
Okay. And so were you formally trained as a performer, meaning that you went to school to study the arts or your craft?
Not necessarily. I did go to a trade high school where it was mainly about focusing on your specific trade, or your whether it was computer or whether it was something artistic, whether it was choir. So I always had the artistic, far as the acting classes and the singing classes and all of that, far as school. But as far as performing, I never had like a performance coach or a vocal coach or anything. A part of who I am I have done a lot of it myself, like just by doing research or just by messing up. I did a lot of that. Like, when I first started to perform, my stage presence wasn't there. So, I mean, I did a lot of looking at concerts. Growing up, I looked at Janet concerts. I looked at Michael concerts. I looked at Destiny's Child concerts. So I would look at concerts to get inspiration, to just see how other artists are doing it, as far as, the stage presence and entertaining the crowd. And it just looked so fun. So once I grasped the concept of just going up there and being yourself, that's how I became to be a better performer. I'm not going to say I'm the best, but, I think as an artist, there is always room for improvement. So, right. I mean, I'm always looking for that improvement. I'm always looking for that, I can work on this. So I'll record myself in the rehearsal and look at, okay, I can work on this. I can work on this part I can kind of tweak. So it's about doing things as an artist yourself. Like, if you don't have the budget, because I didn't have the budget to hire someone to get me to a place where I need to be. It was just mainly me doing all the work myself.
So you mostly choreograph your own dance moves, practice them, and then that's what you do on stage in your performance.
Correct. Now, one of my best friends, we kind of dual choreograph my performance. So he kind of he did most of it, but I chimed in with some of the steps that I thought that I was comfortable with, or that I thought this would be a great step. So we kind of like work together hand in hand, and I think that's better than you just finding a choreographer that just choreographs the whole thing and then you learning it. Being a part of that experience, it became like natural for me, rather than me sitting there learning every single step. Like, I was a part of the whole process, and I think as an artist, that is a key factor in making your performances greater, making anything you do really greater. Because as far as music, the music would sound so much greater if we had first hand in it. Like, if we are a part of it, it sounds so much greater than someone just saying, here, sing this.
Okay. You know what? I first saw you saw you performing in a nightclub in Atlanta, and I love the energy that you brought to your performance. And I looked you up on Facebook. I didn't approach you at the event, but I looked you up on Facebook and I couldn't find you. I could not find Prince Brazil.
Right.
And there was a reason why I couldn't find Prince Brazil, because you are a king. You are king.
Exactly. So you were looking for the wrong person, because I'm not the prince. I'm the king.
Right. See, you right there at the top on the throne, giving orders, and taking control and being in command, right?
Right.
Share with us your story, the backstory behind how you became known as King Brazil.
Well, I'm gonna take it back a little bit. The reason why I chose King Brazil is because growing up, my mother always called me and my sister her king and queen. Like, she didn't call me by my name. She would say, "Come here, king," or she would say, "Come here, queen," if she's talking in reference to my sister. So she always called us her king and queen. So I wanted to use that in honor of my mother, because my mother was a big influence, even though we didn't have a close relationship. She was a big influence to a lot of what I do today. I think it was her death that kind of made me appreciate her a little bit more. Far as and that's why, like, when I'm doing things, I like to put my mom in it, because she is the reason why I can say it that I am a king. Because, you know, she always encouraged me. She said, you know, never let no one change you. Anything that she saw I was doing, or, you know, I introduced to her, she would say, never let anyone change you. So she did give me an inspiration before she left this earth, and, you know, that stuck with me. But being a king is so much more than being in control of everything. Like, you can be a boss and you can control everything, but being a king is so much more than that. Being a king is more, to me, about being a leader, because you have to have people to follow you. And you have to have people. It's not about, you know, I'm over you. It's about, I can lead you into greatness, or you can help me lead myself into greatness. You can help me out, and I can help you out. Being the king is, you know, taking control of your own career. Like, I take control of my own career. I write my songs. I record my songs. I mix my songs. I master my songs. I go out there and I do the research myself. I go out there and I figure out what I need to do as an artist to make myself better, what I need to do as a businessman to make my company better. Like, I don't sit there and I don't wait. I do what I need to do. And that's being a king. You standing in the head of the line, and you're going forward, and people are going to follow you, because you're taking that authority. You're taking ownership of your own destiny. That's what being a king is about. You taking ownership of your own destiny and what you want to accomplish.
Damn, that is insightful and very, that's good. That is just outstanding. I'm speechless. You actually took the words from my mouth for the next question.
Wow.
Okay. How do you prepare for each performance? I know you talked about it just a second ago when you said you research and you work with a friend of yours to choreograph the movie. Mm-hmm. But just outside of those two things, what else do you do to prepare yourself?
Well, to be honest, I like to get inspiration from, you know, like artists that we have out today, like Beyonce or Sierra, or like I just look at, like I would look at YouTube and watch videos, because I like my performances to be very theatrical. Like, I will have an entrance. I love entrances, and I love, you know,
yes,
creating that. Okay, what is about to happen? Because I really don't know. Like, I like the idea of, I don't know what is about to happen, but he is coming out here serious. Like, I don't, you know, huh?
Great. You caught my attention. You know, I was just standing in the background, but you came up and you had your crown on and you had your two guys behind you.
Uh-huh.
You stood down and you bent down and they took your crown off. And you had this serious look on your face. I'm like, oh, shit, what is he about? Okay, let me stop talking. And
right.
Well, no, I didn't stop cocktailing. I just stopped talking. And I started zooming in on what you were about to do.
Right. And see, that's what it's about, is, you know, because a lot of time our artists would get on stage and wait for his music to play. And that's cool if that's you, but I want people, like, you can perform anywhere and make it and entertain a crowd, and it's not just so basic. I want to be able to create, some artistic expression into what I'm doing, so people, they're really into it. Like, that's the thing about performing. You have to get people, you have to pull them in, and you do that by your first impression. That first impression as an artist is so important, because naturally you want people to remember you. So people, what better way to remember somebody is if they have that first impression when they first walk out there. Beyonce, when she enters a stage, she don't just walk on the stage and just wait. You want to get a grand entrance. You're going to get a grand entrance. Well, Michael, he got on stage. He didn't just walk on stage. It was a grand entrance. And it's not about saying anything. It's not about singing. It's not about rapping. That grand entrance, that first impression is so important, because you want to pull people in, and the people don't know what to expect. And then once you put that on top of a great performance, you got a masterpiece.
Right. Exactly. Now, just talking a little bit more about your performance style. If your performance style were a cocktail, which of the following cocktails would it most closely resemble? A, a fine glass of wine. It's timeless, elegant, and classic. B, a martini. Stiff, straightforward, but watch out because the high will sneak up on you. Or C, multiple shots of Ciroc. Just keep them coming, throwing them back, because this party is going to last all night. Or D, a glass of champagne, because it's about celebrating life to the fullest. Which one of those? Did you kind of absorb them all? I know I kind of read kind of fast. Kind of talked real fast through those.
My performance style. Well, I would say this. Now, my performance style does change. It does change considering the type of song that I'm doing. But all in all, I would have to say my performance style is more about, I would say it's a glass of champagne. Because it is all about celebrating and living life to the fullest. Because I think when you live life to the fullest, like you have walked into your one true self. Like, it's not about, we all have bad experiences, and we all have different things that we have been through, like growing up. So, my story is different from your story. But when you have found out how to really celebrate life and live life to the fullest, then, and, just being delivered from people, then you really will be happy, honestly. It is about when you're getting on that stage, nothing else matters. That's all it boils down to. Nothing else matters. When I'm on that stage, I am not Rahim, the 9-to-5 worker, I'm not the businessman. I am Brazil. When I'm on that stage, nothing else matters. I have to step outside of myself, and I have to live life, whether I'm doing a high-energy song or whether I'm doing a song where I'm speaking some truth. So, I mean, I would be a glass of champagne, because to me, it's all about celebrating life, because, you never know when it's your time. So why not? Why not leave that? Why not leave that, inspiration for people to say, he was a great performer. He lived his life.
All right. Let's talk about your music and some of the themes that you cover in your mixtape.
Okay.
Tell me about your music.
The music. Well, when I first started recording this album, I really didn't know what exactly I wanted to talk about. So I kind of prayed about it and like, okay, what should I talk about? What direction should I go with this? And I just got the inspiration just to keep it as real as possible. Like, I wanted to keep it real. And then, you know, you can have party songs, but you can still be real about your situation. So some of the things and topics that I discussed was like, you know, I have some songs on there about my life, of course, about my family, my mom, my dad. And then I have songs on there where I'm talking about society. I'm talking about, you know, the Christian community. I'm talking about the gay community. I'm talking about all of it in between. And then I have songs where I'm talking about relationships. This is about, I have a song called You and I. This is about being with someone who, you know, both of y'all are really messed up. Both of y'all individuals, you know, trying to work out a relationship that, you know, you both have messed up in. But you appreciate it at the end of the day because it's about just being with that one person, and you can appreciate the person that you have, you know, because you know in yourself, I'm messed up, so I should be able to forgive you of the things you have done because we're all work in progress. And then I have some things where I have a song called Nam Yoho Renge Kyo, and that's based off of Tina Turner's What's Love Got to Do With It, a scene from that, where it's all about clearing your mind and clearing your conscience.
All right, Buddhist chant.
Yeah, it's all about clearing your conscience. And if you're not careful, if you just listening and you're not really digesting the lyrics, you're really not going to get it. You have to digest the lyrics. You have to really get into what I'm saying because it's about clearing your conscience. You know, the beat is good and all that, but sometimes you have to look past the beat and sit there and say, okay, what is he talking about? And then I have a song called Take or Leave Me, and that's just about coming out as I am, like as an artist, like who I am, who I'm represented, like my sexual preference don't matter, my like who I am far as a businessman don't matter, who I am, like accept me, you can take it or you can leave it. I'm gonna, because I was the type of artist like this. I said, okay, I want to rap. I knew I had a rap gift, but by me not being delivered from people, I was always scared to rap. I was like, okay, what are people going to think? You're a homosexual male. Homosexuals don't rap. That's the mentality I had because I wasn't delivered from people. And it wasn't until I said I got outside of myself and I said, you know, this is something that I was gifted with. I can do this. So bring it on. Bring on, you know, the fact of you can consider me or not. So take or leave me. Like, because you cannot put, you know, you cannot put a stamp on hip-hop and say hip-hop is only for the straight crowd or for the straight people because it's a bold-faced lie. So, I cover a lot of different things about partying, but I also go into deep about making sure everyone knows that you can be yourself and do your music as well.
Did you write every song on this album, on your mixtape?
I did. I wrote every song. I produced every song on the album. I wrote every song on the album. I arranged every song. I arranged every song. I did, and I do a lot of my work in the home, in house. Like, a lot of people don't know that. People think I go to like this studio and record because of how it sounds. No, I live in a 3-bedroom townhouse. I do all my work in it. You know,
okay.
I just.
So does that mean that you have a tablet or pen and paper just everywhere? In the bathroom next to the shower, in the kitchen by the stove?
I have, well, me being the business side of me has that everywhere anyway, because I have like post-it notes everywhere. I just write things like as far as meetings or anything. Like if I need a reminder, I put post-it notes everywhere. Like when I wake up, I need to put a post-it note, or I'll have post-it notes on my computer. I put post-it notes anywhere. That's just me. But as far as like, if I have a song inspiration in my head, I always keep my phone because it's a good tool for as like recording music and then going back and reviewing it later. Or sometimes if I am in the shower and I get an inspiration for as like a melody in my head, I'll jump out the shower real quick and start playing it on my keyboard so I can remember it and record it. And then I'll go back later and then I'll produce it. And you know, I do the production part of it. So it just depends. Sometimes I'll be dead sleep, and in a dream I will hear a song, and then I'll wake up, and then like whatever song that I heard in that dream, I will hurry up in my studio and just go and record it, and you know, lay it down, and then if I have to go back and tweak it, you know, it just depends. Like it just depends on the day, I guess.
Okay. Yeah, I noticed on your Facebook page that you have a couple of videos up there where you just break out in song. You know what? I want you to break out in song right now and sing something for me. 10 to 15 seconds. I want to hear you sing. I didn't say sing, I said sing.
Sing. Okay.
S-A-N-G.
Sing. Okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna sing. I Won't Complain for you a little bit. You know that song?
Okay, baby, you taking me to church, so I'm going to be in here shouting and all of that stuff. But go ahead.
Okay. I've had some good days, and I've had some hills to climb. I've had some weary days, and some sleepless nights. But when I look around and I think things over, all of my good days, they outweigh my bad days. Yeah, I won't complain.
All right. See, you're going to make me shout in here in a minute. I'm going to get up and shout. All right. All right. You know what? If you had a chance to work with any artist, which artist would you choose to work with? You could work with any artist.
I can work with
music, any genre.
Oh. Can I name two?
Name two.
Okay. I work with Beyonce because I feel like she's the greatest entertainer of this time. So it would be an honor to work with Beyonce. If Michael Jackson, it would be him. But for now, I would work with Beyonce because just what she does, like she puts the work, she reminds me of myself. Like she puts the work in. Like she always go hard. Like she rehearses a lot, and she really perfects her shows. And she has grown as an artist. Before, like when she came out, she didn't really give me anything. But she has really grown as far as her artistic self. Like she's done a wonderful job. Then I will work with, on the rapper end of it, I want to work with I want to work with Kanye West. And I know he's an asshole. I know he's an asshole. But I do want to work with Kanye because he is talented. And he kind of like he inspires me as far as being different in the rap, as far as rap is concerned, because he's always changed his sound, he has always changed his looks, like, and he make it easier to do rap. Like it ain't the same thing. He don't give me the same formula all the time, and I appreciate that. And you know, for him as a person, I had nothing to do with that. I want to work with him as, you know, the artistic what the artistic value that he has set. So those would be the main two people that I want to work with.
Let's shift gears a little bit and talk about a real foundation.
Okay.
What is a real foundation? When and how did it get started?
A real foundation is an entertainment and development company that helps artists, and we do it through the community. So we host events that gives artists a chance to perform. We also we're doing a restructure of our company, so we're going to be starting dance classes. We're going to have photography and modeling. So it's about grabbing a collection of artists and artistic people together, and just bringing together our gifts for a cause, and that cause being helping out in the homeless community. So we do a lot of feeding the homeless. We go out and perform for the homeless. We collect clothes, and it started in 2000. In 2011, I had this idea. I said, okay, what a lot of artists is missing is, okay, we perform, we write, we sing, we rap, we do all of this stuff, but how much do we give back? And I think that was missing in it's missing in music, period. You don't see a lot of artists giving back. And I've always been the type that would feed the homeless. Like, even when I had my jobs back in Baltimore, I would take food to the homeless all the time, just do it. It was just something that I would just do. So I thought that I could tie that into what I was doing and create a company that focuses on the community as well as the entertainment. Because, it's people out there that have artistic gifts that are homeless. And there's people out there that have artistic gifts that, it lives in shelters and things like that. And, I think it's important for artists to want to give back because, helping the less fortunate, it's gonna make you feel better all in all. Because anytime that I go out there, it makes me really appreciate the gifts that I have, or the job that I have, just the little things. You start to appreciate, and you start to listen and really get to know them on a one-on-one basis, because a lot of times we just walk past, and a lot of people ask for change, you would just walk past and you don't really know their story. So, what my company does is we go out there and we survey the homeless, and, we ask them questions of, okay, what it is you need right now. And a lot of people think, oh, it's just food. But it goes beyond food. And that is what my company is here to do, is to figure out what it is we need to help the community. And if I can do that through entertainment and putting on shows and having shows and collecting money, then that's what we're going to do. We're going to have shows, we're going to have events, we're going to, and it gives artists a chance to perform, but it also gives artists a chance to perform for a reason. Because all these people are hosting these shows, you put your money in the shows, you pay your audition fees, you do all of that, and what do you leave with at the end of the day? Nothing. Another broken promise of a record deal, and you do it all over again, hoping for the same thing, a deal. But the greatest deal to me is helping somebody in need. That's more than any deal you can give me. So we help artists, we help develop artists, but we also help brand artists, giving people ideas and networking and things like that. So that's pretty much what we do.
And where would you like for the a real foundation to be 10 years from now?
Wow, 10 years from now. Eventually, I have a vision to make a real foundation a label, whether it's an independent label or under a major label. My vision is for it to become a label, but I want it to be a label that hosts a chain of different services. So, because a lot of artists don't have direction when they're just in the game, they don't have the management, or they don't have, they don't know where to go to take pictures. They don't know where to go for like booking. They don't know a lot. So, and that's, as an artist growing up, I had to figure out a lot of stuff on my own because I don't have a manager. I don't have the resources. I don't have a lot of stuff that a lot of the other artists have. I'm not making that much as, in my everyday work life. So I need to learn. What BMI is. I need to learn how to copyright my own music. I need to learn these things, and that's what I want to be able to teach artists. How to do this stuff on your own and make money off of it by doing it yourself, opposed to giving your right to create, your right to perform and all of that, and not making a dime off of it.
No,
That's
it's
pretty
been
much
real
it.